Everyone, my name is Candace. As always, I'm going to give you, what is this today? Oh, this is part 10, 110 of the storyline or the way to navigate through what we call the matrix or the world or the creation that everyone was given, as like, this is what your life is going to be, okay? And um, this is about breaking out of that, but also understanding where you are and learning how to be okay and in the place of peacefulness with where you are, you know. So, this is part 110. Please watch the other videos, okay? I also do tarot readings on here. If that's not your thing, then okay, don't watch it. I understand, like, everyone has their own opinion, which is okay. Okay, I welcome all. Okay. What else? Um, yeah, welcome. And if you choose to stick around, you will be given a lot of information. And also, I will have this in a book form in July. Now, what I want to talk about today is the need to, please bear with me because I've been under the influence of the changes of the weather, and the more I like travel to do different things, I also do photography. So I've been doing a lot of that. So I've been like really stuffy. So you may hear it because I'm just like, some climates makes you all stuffed up, when you come back and forth. So bear with me. I will be drinking tea or whatever throughout. I don't have my book today, but I remember a few points. Right now, after you've learned about having attachments and learning about yourself and ways to be more peaceful, to bring it all together, I want to tell you guys that there's never a point in your life where you're going to be, I have absolutely no problems ever. Yes, my life is just like, no problems. No. Okay. It's what you react, is what you make it, is what you perceive of it, is what you think of it, is what you know of it. So when you go through things, unfortunately and fortunately, a lot of things on this earth, you have to be able to experience it to learn from it. So that's why majority of the ones who are watching videos like this are going through a lot of experiences, like almost back to back, like bam, 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 it's like a lot coming in one bubble. And it's very hard to be in the place of surrender when there's so many different things coming to you, whether it's bill payments, whether it is your children, whether it's somebody you have in front of you that you love. That's why a lot of us right now have like the incline of being alone, only to like conserve energy, right? To be in a place of being alone or being by yourself or managing things by yourself because it feels so heavy to do things with people around you. I get it. And also, as you understand that feeling of the heaviness, I'm not telling you to stay in it. Let me rephrase that. If you have the inkling in your mind that you're able to escape the matrix and the feelings that comes with it, okay. Now, I want to remind you the escaping of the matrix can be taken literally. It can be taken psychologically, like whatever. It could be a mental escape. It could be a physical escape, like whatever. I want you guys to come into your own reality of what escaping is to you. It may look different to everyone. And what makes it hard for us to live our own lives is that shh, once we realize that things don't look like what we picture it, we automatically know that is wrong because it's not what I believe in. So, wrong. We can say thank you to the multifaceted internet and the huge amounts of knowledge or lies or whatever. Truth has been tangled up in all one bubble. So it's really hard to know what to believe. So to make that easier for you is to pick up, understand what resonates with you. And the only way you know that is like you the only way you know that is for you to know who you, yourself, like your existence, more knowledge about your existence on earth. More knowledge will help you live your life to navigate through the realms of the world. Okay, the reality that you're in now. The reason a lot of us are having a hard time getting out of the reality that we're in because we're out. You know, a lot of us are out of the reality that we wanted to get out of. So now we have to wait for the next thing to come to us. Now, patience is a virtue. Now, I will tell you, it's all about having patience, and it's also about what you are able to put into what you want. Stay with me here. Getting out of the matrix or the escaping of what you're dealing with, because that is what is happening. You have to understand what is happening to you, what you are doing. And then when you do it, you have to make sure that you're able to let it flow for longevity. I think a lot of us right now collectively is having a hard time with longevity, with holding things for a long time. Because the need to run, escape, get the fuck out of this simulation is very heavy. A lot of us are feeling the deep pressure of just like crawling out of the trenches. But when you are able to allow your circumstance to just be what that is and not try to like, control it too much, but understand, okay, this is my circumstance, okay. And you can make your plans. You can make plans for 20 years out. You can make plans for next week, I promise you. Things can change with your plans. What you're going to do, always have a mental breakdown each time your plans change. You are able to, if that's what is needed for you to grow. And hey, but I would encourage you to figure out what is like the pain that you're feeling, what the anxiety, the feelings you're having, you're able to navigate and know what can help you get through what you are getting through now so you can go to your next thing. Everything is going to be balanced and going to your next thing that you want. Nothing is stopping you but yourself, usually. Okay? There's always little things coming at you, but you have to understand that it is within you. You are in control of what is coming into you. If you're able to detach from people that it could be people or the people and things, subjects, ideas. Like if you're able to like detach from everything, you will just understand that things can just change at any instant. Realities, different visions, different dreams. And some realities and visions are, what we think of in fear, or visions we think of just like, okay, clarity. You have to like know the difference too. It's definitely a feeling that you feel within like your vessel, your soul. Okay? Now, sitting in one spot is enough for you to reach out to what is hurting you. Like, you have to have that moment to like know what's going on with you. And I can say that a million times, but I really, really mean it, because it can really help you just to know. Doesn't mean you have to have a solution right away, but to know what's going on, what you're feeling, can help you. Okay? What else? The strong desire to get to the next thing, okay? That is usually from being in a place of like feeling like you don't have control over something, you know? Knowing that you don't have control over everything, especially other people or decisions or choices that other people are making, you know, or jobs or whatever, you know, it would make your life more peaceful when you realize that you are reacting to what's coming into you when it's really your choice to react. And how you react could be in a more understanding and peaceful frame of mind when it's like repeated cycles. You have to notice what's going on, because when you go through different lessons and cycles, it's just going to bring up pain or things for you to fix, look at, observe, open up. You know, a lot of us right now, we are going through repeated cycles. This is like a universal thing, going through repeated cycles so we could grow, you know, to level up. Level up, all the way up, okay? Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. Hey, no. No, for real. No, for real. It's a level up to the ascension process, okay? I'm gonna keep saying that, and you can take it however you need to take it. But we have to understand the repeated cycles that we're going through. Like, it's our choice to go through them too. And a lot of us are here to go through those cycles, to be who we are. And I know if you are able to think back to what you was doing a couple years back to what you're doing now, it definitely feels different. It definitely feels stronger into like what you are meant to do. Things are like coming together, and I guarantee you, I can give you like 100% promise that is not exactly what you thought it would be. As I tell you before, you can make plans for 20 years, but you are able to only control what's in front of you right now. The future is not here yet. You can like look into it, see visions for it, but you have to remember the visions you see, other people have to fall in place with what they're doing too, or things are just going to change. Okay? Because if people are not like paying attention to what they're feeling all the time and going through the same structure of being robotic, then it's going to be hard for them to know what is calling their name. Ooh, I don't know, whatever roll call you want to do, you know, people are always going through things and being triggered to wake up and do different things. But if they get the trigger and like don't do nothing about it, it's nothing you can do about it, okay? You can carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. But nothing you can do about it if people are not like going in the same frequency as you. You can like observe that and know that it is your choice. You can be like, well, off with your head. Or you can be like, come here, I understand. But you cannot allow yourself to revert back to the things that you are trying to leave or dispense from or whatever. Okay? You have to know. And sometimes the what you know is like what, because you can figure out like solutions to problems or know things and not be in a position in your mind mentally to know how to get out of or figure out your feelings. But what we have to learn is to let our feelings be there for a little while. And the reason why it's hard for us to do that because we're always occupied with doing things. So by you knowing that, you have to give yourself time to submit to or surrender to your emotions, even if that means not going to work one day. That means, you know, your body just adjusting. And I'm telling you, when you're overworked, when you're tired, when you have a lot of anxiety, when you're, you know, your body's going to react to it. And it's going to crave nutrients and different things to get your, you know, things to flow. And the longer a lot of us, our bodies are on this earth, we're breathing in things that, you know, are just out there. That's all I'm going to say. And eventually your body is going to do things. So we have to make sure we are paying attention to what we're eating. And I know it's hard with all of these things, distractions. Is a conscious choice you have to make. And the choice is always going to be this or that, you know, because that's the structure. But if you are still in the structure and you're not able to get out mentally or physically, you have to know what's going on. Now, when I talk about getting out, okay, mentally, physically, out of the matrix, okay, when you think about getting out, I talk to people who say the only way out is through the spaceships and bye, you know. I've talked to a lot of people who are just like the only way out is to move off the grid and not, you know, be a part of it, right? And I've talked to people, the only way out is through yourself. Who's right? Who's right? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Let's say that for just the shits and giggles for it. What if nobody's right and nobody's wrong? What if you're living your experience through your vessel, from your experience, from what you perceive, what you're able to interpret, what you're downloading, what you're seeing, what you're perceiving? What you're perceiving is different than what others are perceiving. So that's why you have maybe 1,000 people who may think like you or going through the same situation as you. Or you may have 20 people who understand what you're going through because they just went through that last week. You know, everything is like a flowing type of thing. And the reason why there's so much flow is because we have so much access to so many things and people now. Because of the internet. Because of the things. It's just so much. Okay? That's why I tell you guys, take time away from your phone. Take moments away from your phone. We have to start somewhere. If we are here to create the new, we can show others. And even though we are not, a lot of us, I'm not saying everybody, there's people who are off the grid. There's people who are physically removed from the matrix. There's people who are mentally removed from the structures. There's people who are in the structures who understand it and are okay with it. It's just what it is. Now, what you can do is go within yourself. I feel like that's a good strategy because it works for me. Does it always work for me? No. Because some days I succumb to whatever is being downloaded to me and I'm like, you know, just everyone does that. Like, what? And then other days I'm just like, you know, everything bounces off of me. But I notice when I'm like that and when I'm like, you know, I know. It's the awareness of it. Because if I'm consistently working within the realms of the reality that is simulated, I'm going to absorb that. So I have to like detach myself mentally or unplug whatever word, phrase you want to use for it. Leave, detach, go within prayer, whatever you want to use, whatever word. Whatever you do to just kind of get yourself back to clarity, to what you're doing, what you want to do, what peacefulness, breathing in, breathing out, understanding. And you can be here in the simulation. You can be here with distractions around you. You can be here with people yelling and screaming at you. You can be here. It is practice. I'm not telling you after you watch this video, you can be here all day long. You could, but then maybe you don't some days. And maybe you just wake up and like, you know what? I don't care to be nothing, you know? That's okay. But as long as we're practicing on how to not react to the shit that's out here, we can live a more peaceful life and go and still continue to get the fuck out if that's what you want, physically, mentally. There's some of us who are okay with what's going on, and who are just like, okay. You know, that takes years and work. And it's not always like that. But when you have that time, when it is like that, you're able to function better. And as long as there's internet and distractions and all this stuff, it's going to be hard. That's why there is a soul mission that we are here, a lot of us collectively are on, who are noticing these things. Not everyone, but a lot of us, okay? And you have to, you know who, because you feel it internally, okay? And you don't have to really worry about it too much. And just focus on what you have in front of you right now and know that your future is going to be what you want it to be. But there's going to be things in the way or there or here. Or you can't, like, you know, you have to go through it as it comes. Okay, you don't want to like manifest it to you, like problems to you. You want to, if it comes, you deal with it as it comes, which is easier to do when you have more time to focus on like your inner being, your truth, other than the simulation, what you love, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. What brings you joy, what brings you the happy feeling may not be what others consider happy or joyous, but doesn't matter, because your life will be a reflection of the joy you have within you, and others will be able to see it. Not everybody, but others will be able to resonate with the joy that you bring, and then that will be able to help others if that's what you want to do. You can find your path if you just let things come, okay? And if you want to get to things quicker, that means you have to do more movement within you. Physically, you know, and also mentally. Because if you're in a simulation, there's physical aspects in it. But if you're able to not be in the structure of working and be in the housing or whatever, then maybe you can do something different. But there's different ways. And if that's you, you can help people who want to come more to that living off the grid, living in a tree house. You can find people who want to build tree houses. You will be gravitated to that. Just open yourself up to the possibilities of you meeting people that you never expected to meet to bring things to you. I'm going to give you a quick testimony. For so long, I've been like, I'm not trying to say this to be anything, but just truthful. Being like the best in like the room is like, no, that sucks. Now, after just me humbling myself in prayer and just like letting things be and just going within, it's not always perfect. I tell you, it's not a pretty picture all the time. I tell you, it's not. But I know that. And oh my God, to be able to be around people with 30 years experience of what I love can teach me the 30 years of experience, wisdom of what I love. Being around people who have done things, who are really good at it, who I've never expected to be around. To be able to take something I love and go around different places in the United States right now to do something I love and to be able to take people I love with me. That didn't just happen overnight. That was a lot of hell and back. A lot of like, okay, and a lot of surrendering, a lot of crying, a lot of screaming, a lot of tears, a lot of whys, a lot of I don't understand this. A lot of, okay, I get it. Okay, this hurts. Oh my gosh, a lot of fucking up, a lot of entering the new, a lot of understanding the new, a lot of letting go, a lot of structure, a lot of just strong willpower, a lot of, okay, I'm not going to procrastinate no more, a lot of procrastination, a lot of skills, a lot of non-skills you have to learn, a lot of research, a lot of knowing, a lot of coffee, a lot of no coffee, a lot of working out, a lot of sitting. I can go on and on. And I'm telling you, there is possibilities that I never even thought I'd be doing. I had a whole different plan for my life 5 years ago. I tell you, I did. Okay? I had a whole different plan for my life 10 years ago. Okay? You can't be scared of the future. And a lot of us are holding on to the past, afraid of the future. And we're completely missing what's happening right now. You can sit here and grab a guitar or something that you love, okay? And be in your room by yourself when you have that time. After working really hard, you may have to go to a matrix job. You may have to do things don't make you happy right now. But if you take some time to figure out what makes you happy and continuously work on that thing, it may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next week. It may happen in 5 years. And then it may be things that hurt you in those 5 years that makes you want to quit the thing that you love or the things that you love. But if you keep the gratitude, I'm telling you, it's not easy to have in the structure and in the simulation. If you're in the simulation, it's really hard to have that gratitude, man. If you feel like you're stuck in it. A lot of us feel like we're stuck in the simulation, but you're not. Once you realize that, you're free. Okay? Much love, Candace. If you guys want to reach out to me, email me. You guys already know what to do. Next month, I'm going to be pretty busy. So next month, I'm not going to do any readings, okay? So if you need private readings, email me. Now I will get through them by the end of the month if I have the time and slots available, okay? Let me know. But next month, I'm going to be busy just doing things with my photography thing. And if you guys know anyone who wants to do photography or likes taking pictures or whatever, I can help, okay? Once again, email me. Email will be sunrisingtarot888@gmail.com. Yes, okay? Much love, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Be patient. Love you.